What's good, y'all? It's your boy Matt, your favorite CEO, fitness model, and content creator. Listen, knowledge is not power. The execution of knowledge is power. Let me say that again for you. Knowledge is not power. The execution of knowledge is power. Knowledge being power, when people say knowledge is power, that's only a half truth. And I learned that in the book that I'm reading right now. It's called The Magic of Big Thinking. Knowledge is power is a half truth because, yeah, having knowledge is a necessity. It's important. But at the same time, the execution of that knowledge is more important because you can have all this information in your mind on how to do this, how to start a business, how to make $1 million, how to get in shape. But if you never put it into practice, if you never take action on it, is it really knowledge? No. Millionaires have knowledge on how to make millions of dollars because they've done it and they are doing it, and they can teach people how to do it because they've done it. I can teach you how to get in shape. I can teach you how to elevate your health to the next level. I can teach you how to elevate your mindset because I'm doing it. I put it into practice and I live that lifestyle. You know what I mean? But somebody who's not in shape, they don't have knowledge on how to get in shape. They just have information sitting in their mind. They're just memorizing facts, which is what a lot of people do in school, right? A lot of people try to make me feel like I wasn't intelligent because I couldn't memorize fucking facts from somebody else's history rather than being able to think bigger, right? There's a lot of people who are CEOs, who are multimillionaires, who have people that were quote unquote smarter than them in school, who had a higher GPA than them, who got better grades than them, that now work for them. And they weren't the intelligent individual, right? Intelligence is not just being able to read a book and memorize facts so you can pass a test. That's not knowledge, bro. That's not intelligence, right? You can have a higher IQ than me. That doesn't mean you can make more money than me. There are so many people who don't have the highest IQ, but make more money than people with higher IQs than them. Because there's certain people who have a higher IQ, but never put into action the knowledge that they have in their mind or the information that's sitting in their brain. You know what I mean? So don't feel like you're inadequate. Don't feel like you're an idiot. Don't feel like you're stupid or you're unintelligent because of somebody else and because they have a higher grade, they get better grades than you. Fuck that. Nobody gives a shit, right? Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? As a CEO, if you hiring someone, I want someone who thinks big. I want someone who can make who can help my business to grow, who can think big, who can, develop different ideas that can, that's different from everybody else. I don't want somebody who has a 4.0. I don't give a fuck about how good your grades are. People come into a job interview, I got a 4.0. I got this, I got good grades, this and that. I was in an honor roll in high school. I don't give a shit. How can you make my business better? How can you improve my business? Right? What different ideas can you give me that can help transcend my business to the next level, that can help us make millions of dollars? You know what I mean? That's what the type of people I will be looking for, right? But you got to understand, man, knowledge is not power. The execution of it is. You can have all this information in your mind on how, like I said, how to lose weight, how to get in shape, how to do this, how to do that. But if you never take action on it, if you never put it into practice, it's just information. It's not knowledge, right? So make sure everything that you do, that you're educating yourself and you have that knowledge, but make sure you're also putting it into practice and taking action on it. Because if you don't, it's going to remain a big ass story. I know how to make $1 million. I know how to start a business. I know how to get in shape. So why are you not in shape? Why are you still broke? After 10, 15 years of having all this information sitting in your mind. You know what I mean? People pretend like they know it all. I'm like, bro, you act like you know it all when it comes to health, but you still fucking fat. You still skinny. You still not in shape. You think you know it all when it comes to finances, but you still broke. You still got no money in your account. But you know it all, right? Just because you read a financial book doesn't mean that you have knowledge on how to make money. Until you incorporate those concepts that you learn, until you take action on those concepts, it's not knowledge. It's just information sitting in your mind. So don't get it twisted, right? Millionaires have knowledge on how to become millionaires because they are millionaires. They do it every year. They make millions of dollars every month. They make millions of dollars every year, and they have a whole team and an organization behind them that helps them to bring that vision into reality. Same thing with getting in shape. I have knowledge on how to get in shape because I've been training for the past 6 years. I've been trying different diets. I've been cutting certain shit out my diet, and I'm very strict with what I put in my body, mentally and physically. You know what I mean? So I have knowledge on how to get in shape because I've done it and I'm doing it right now. This is a fucking lifestyle for me. This ain't no, oh yeah, I'm just doing it for other people. I'm just doing it for us. No, this is my lifestyle. This is what I do. So when my family is having trouble with certain things, they come to me. Yo, Matt is the person to go to for that. Because Matt lives that lifestyle. He's been doing it for years and we've seen him grow. I'm in the best physical condition I've ever been in my entire life, and my health is continuing to grow and get better exponentially. And that's how I think, and that's how I move, and that's how I carry myself, and that's what the fuck I do. But I have knowledge on how to get in shape. I have knowledge on how to eat healthy. I have knowledge on how to work out because I do it. I'm not just a person sitting on the couch eating Cheetos, fat and overweight, fucking skinny, playing video games all day and say, yeah, well, I know how to eat healthy, but then you wake up every morning and you fucking break your fast with fucking processed juice. You break your fast with a soda. You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. Knowledge is not power, the execution of it is. Go out there, learn as much as you can in the craft that you want, right, in your career path. Learn as much as you can, but make sure you're out there taking action and executing on that information that you've learned. If you learn how to start a business and that's your goal, to become a CEO, to become a content creator, go out there and create the content. Go out there and record the video. I don't give a fuck if you don't have a phenomenal 4K camera. I started on my phone. My first YouTube video, if you go all the way back to School is Pointless, I recorded that on my iPhone 10. And now I'm recording from a $1,000 camera. Growth. But we're talking about 5 years ago when I started my YouTube channel. Growth, right? You don't need a 4K camera to start a YouTube channel. Start with your phone, get you a little $20 lapel mic from Amazon, and then over time, as you continue to stack up, then you can get you a better camera. Then you can get you a better mic. I have a fire-ass lapel. I paid $200 for my lapel mic. Higher quality. If you look at my first video compared to now, the quality's better. I got a fucking $800 lens on right now and a $1,000 camera. You know what I'm saying? With a $200 lapel mic. You know, with a freaking, you know, $50 tripod. You know what I mean? Like investments. But just, you know, 5 years ago, I only had my fucking phone. You know what I'm saying? That I didn't even pay for. My mom paid for that. My parents. So, like I said, everything and anything that you do, from working out to your career to school, whatever it is that you want to do in life, whether you want to become a teacher, a lawyer, a firefighter, a cop, a CEO, I don't care what it is that you want to be. Congratulations. Take action on those things. Learn as much as you can, but make sure you're, you know, aligning that information that you're learning with the execution of going out there and making it happen. Because if you don't, then you're never going to really get to where you want to be. If you have all this information in your mind on how to get in shape, but you never go out there and go to the gym, you never get on the Stairmaster, you never do the cardio, you never go out there and run, you never change your diet, you're going to always be overweight, you're going to always be skinny. But until you change your habits, rather than just reading books, you could read 30 books on how to, you could read 30 books on health and wellness, you could read 30 books on finances, but if you never apply the concepts, you will always still be out of shape and you will still always be broke. When I was younger and I started reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad and all this different shit, I was still in the same financial position at the beginning when I read it when I was 18, 19 years old. Why? Because I didn't apply the concepts. Now that I'm 23 years young and I'm reading these books again at a higher level of consciousness, I apply the concepts now, and that's why my net worth has increased. And I'm in a better financial place now than I was even last year, let alone 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Because now it's not just information sitting in my head. I had all the information for 5 years sitting in my mind on how to do this, how you should pay yourself first, how you should invest your money rather than saving, and all this other shit, but I never applied the concepts, and that's why my net worth was always at what? Zero. I had a negative bank account on multiple occasions. I'm not afraid. Like I said, I'm transparent with y'all. I'm not here to come on here like I'm perfect. I'm not. There was multiple occasions for the past 4 to 5 years I had a negative balance. I had $0. I was making money, but at the same time, I had no money because I didn't know how to properly manage my funds. But I read all the books and I had all the information on how to do it. I just never applied the concepts into my life. Same thing with getting in shape. I was watching all these videos on how to get in shape, how to eat healthy, but I was still breaking my fast with fucking blueberry and corn muffins in the morning, which is not healthy. You know what I mean? And I was drinking juice and the processed juice, Tropicana, all this other bullshit. You know what I mean? So make sure that everything that you do, whatever it is that you're doing, right? Making money, elevating your health, connecting more with God, educate yourself, but apply the concepts. Apply these concepts that you read in these books so you can actually better your life. You don't read all these self-help books for you not to apply the concepts. You read them to apply the concepts so you can better your life as a man or as a woman. You read financial books to learn how to increase your financial IQ so you can better your what? Your finances. You read health and wellness books and you watch videos on it so you can just what? Let it sit in your mind? No, you watch these things and you educate yourself so you can apply the concepts into your life and so you can become a better person. That's what you're supposed to do. Not just read it and have it sitting in your mind and then you're still fucking overweight, sitting on the couch, eating Cheetos. No, lock in and apply these concepts into your life. Educate yourself, but execute on that knowledge. Because if you don't execute on it, it's not knowledge, it's just information, right? Knowledge is not power. That's only a half truth. The execution of knowledge is power. Go out there, develop the knowledge, but execute on it, right? So it could be wisdom. Because then once you have that wisdom, you're able to teach other people. You're able to inspire others to do the same thing that you're doing at a higher level. Multi-millionaires can teach you how to make millions of dollars because they've done it. I can teach you how to get in shape. Why? Because I've done it. I lived the lifestyle. They lived the lifestyle. You know what I mean? But if I was broke, if I had $0 in my account and I was only making $100 a fucking month, right? Hypothetically, then can I teach you how to make $1 million? No. You know what I mean? Only people who are doing exactly, you know, what they say they're doing can only teach you that. If you want to learn how to make millions of dollars, you got to learn from a multimillionaire. You can't take advice from someone who is making fucking $50,000 a year and expect to become a multimillionaire. You can't take financial advice from someone who has bad financial habits and expect to become a millionaire. You can't take advice from someone who's fucking fat and overweight and out of shape and expect to get in shape. It does not work like that. You can learn from that person by doing the exact opposite of what they do, but you can't learn from them and how to become that person if they're not that individual. So go out there, watch as many videos as you can, read as many books as you can, but don't just read it just to say, oh, I read it, I'm smarter than you, I'm more educated than you, when the same person that read that book is actually taking action and they're in a better place than you in life. You know how many people are reading the same self-help books that you read, but are in a better place than you financially, spiritually, physically, because they actually are taking into action the concepts that they learned in the same books that you're reading? You're wondering why I'm reading the same books that this person read, but I'm not where they are. First thing first, you shouldn't be focused on getting to where they are. You should be focused on getting to where you know, the person that you intend to become, the person that God created you to become. That's number one. But number two, you can't become that person. Why? One, because you're not that person. And two, because they're taking action on the concept that they learned while you're just reading it just to say, oh, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I read The Way of the Superior Man, but you're still doing bullshit. You're still doing the exact opposite of what the concepts have taught you. Take action on the concepts that you learn. Learn. Develop as much information and knowledge as possible from videos, from, you know, reading these different books. Learn, but also take notes on it. Apply it to your life so you can improve physically, spiritually, financially, mentally. Don't read self-help books and then wonder why your life is not improving when you're not even helping yourself. You're not even applying the concepts. Don't read financial books and never change your financial habits and then expect to, you know, become a fucking multimillionaire. Don't read and watch all these, you know, health and wellness videos so you can become health conscious, but then you don't change your habits. You're still eating fast food. You're still eating the Popeyes. You're still drinking the soda. Then you're wondering why you still fucking bloated. You got a high body fat percentage. You're not in shape. You got low energy. You can't get your thing up. Your testosterone is low. You know what I mean? You wonder why all these things is happening, but you're reading all these books, you're getting all this information. It's just information. So remember, knowledge is not power. That's only a half-truth. The execution of knowledge is power. Learn as much as you can. Educate yourself as much as possible. But apply the concepts to your life. Right? You're more than ready to take the next step in your life. Take fucking action. Stop waiting for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. Go out there, learn, and take action and make it happen. Your boy, Matt Rodriguez. Like, share, and subscribe. I love y'all. Your boy.